Today, the Trump headlines are shaking Washington once again. From renewed Epstein allegations putting heat on Congress to controversial overseas meetings, mixing business and diplomacy, and fresh calls from GOP leaders for transparency and justice, it's been a wild week in Trump world. Welcome back to Trendwave News TV. I'm Brian James, bringing you the top stories surrounding Donald Trump that are stirring political debate both in the US and around the world. Stay tuned. We're diving deep into the controversy, the fallout, and what it all means for the Trump's administration agenda. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, comment below with your thoughts, and click the links in the description for exclusive reports, resources, and our latest digital products. Headline number 1, Epstein Files pressure returns. This week, the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein once again haunts Capitol Hill. While President Trump is eager to move on from the Epstein saga, a growing number of House Republicans aren't letting it die. Congress skipped out of town for their August recess, but not before controversy erupted over their failure to vote on releasing the so-called Epstein Files. Representative Tim Burchett is leading the charge, calling for a full subpoena of Ghislaine Maxwell and financial records tied to Epstein's estate. "I want to know who was involved in the abuse of those girls," he said. "That's not something we can just bury." Burchett insists Maxwell is the gatekeeper to Epstein's secrets. He even questioned whether she's bargaining with the government knowing that Trump could potentially pardon her. Why it matters. This has reignited concerns that key figures, potentially even powerful politicians or businessmen, might be shielded unless the files are made public. What's next? Representative Thomas Massie says when the House returns after Labor Day, he won't back off until a vote is forced. The public, especially Republican constituents, are demanding transparency. Let us now go to headline number 2. Trump in Scotland Golf, business, diplomacy. As controversy simmers back home, President Trump made waves abroad, mixing international diplomacy with family business. He spent part of the week in Scotland, meeting with the British Prime Minister, while also cutting ribbons on his golf properties owned by the Trump Organization. While on the surface, it seems like just another photo op ethics watchdogs are sounding the alarm. So, is there a conflict of interest here? Yes. The White House says Trump's assets are in a trust. But guess who's managing the trust? His children. Why does this matter? Critics argue this blurred line between business and official foreign diplomacy undermines ethical standards and may violate U.S. conflict of interest norms. So what is the expert's opinion on this? Several legal analysts say that deals being made, including a fragile UK-US trade framework, may be clouded by Trump's business interests in the region. What's on the table? The deal deadline was August honest, and while some small agreements were reached, the major trade pact with the European Union is still uncertain. Trump warned, if there's no deal, the EU will face a 30% tariff on exports to the US. Headline number 3, public reaction. Global implications. Back home in the USA and across the Atlantic, the public reaction has been fierce. On social media, phrases like Epstein Files now and Trump Scotland Gate trended on X, formerly Twitter. A viral comment from a UK citizen reads, "Why is he here pushing policy while profiting from our land?" In the US, victims advocacy groups are demanding the release of Epstein-related evidence. They're concerned key figures are being protected because of political influence, and they want answers before the 2026 midterm elections. European leaders are also nervous, especially with Trump's threats of tariffs, which could further destabilize post-Brexit trade relations. Headline number 4, the road ahead for Trump. So what's next for Donald Trump? He remains the GOP top choice. He's still entangled in multiple legal investigations. Now, a new wave of pressure could reopen old wounds from his previous presidency. What then is the path forward? With midterm elections approaching, the House is preparing for a high-stakes session. Will they declassify the Epstein Files? Will Trump's political influence shield him once again? Or is public demand for justice reaching a boiling point? The big picture. As Trump doubles down on his campaign promises, Americans are asking, is this leadership or is it legacy protection? We've covered a lot today. Epstein Files, ethics controversies, and the battle for transparency. What do you think? Should the Epstein records be made public? Do Trump's overseas dealings cross the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And remember, subscribe to Trendwave News TV for more breaking updates. Like this video to help spread the truth. Click the links below for exclusive access to digital downloads, special products, and powerful new reports coming this fall. This has been Brian James. Stay informed, stay bold, and keep riding the wave with us.